All right. So I'm going to tell you a little story about Billy Bob. Billy Bob the Ranger. So Billy Bob is a ranger, so he's happy. Okay. One day he goes out, and his job today was to find how much this tree grew. So he's got this big tree. Do 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 do. Okay. So there's the big tree. So Billy Bob says, "Oh, I got a measuring tape," and so he's going to go over and try to climb the tree and hold the measuring tape down. Yeah, he gets up about a fourth of the way up the tree, and he says, "No, this is not going to happen. This tree is super tall. I can't climb it. And plus, when you get up near the top, it's really, really thin, and he'd probably end up falling and yeah, hurt himself." So Billy Bob measures off how far he is away from the tree. So he goes, "Ooh, look at this. So I am 20 feet away from the tree." And then he looks up at the top of the tree. And we're just going to do it from here just because it's going to make it easier right now. He looks up at the top of the tree, and he uses this little instrument called a clinometer, and it says that the angle is 60 degrees. Okay? So, now Billy Bob was pretty good at math, and so he knew that, first of all, that this makes a right angle. So it's a right triangle. And he remembered this thing called a tangent. And a tangent is equal to a ratio. It's a fraction. And it's equal to opposite side over the adjacent side. Now, the opposite is, somebody's on the opposite side of the room, so they're on the far side of the room from you. And adjacent means like somebody's sitting right next to you. Next to you means adjacent. So this is talking about the sides of the triangle. Sides of triangle. So this side right here would be the adjacent side. It's the side right next to Billy Bob. This side over here, which is the tree, this is the opposite side. Now, some of you may be going, "What about this other side that's going up to the top of the tree?" Well, this side over here is always the hypotenuse. Okay, always, 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 always. It cannot ever be the adjacent. It cannot ever be the opposite. So it's always the hypotenuse. So, since tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent, we can say that tangent is equal to, okay, we put a big fat X in there for the tree, and we go tangent, and then we write in the angle, 60 degrees equals opposite over the adjacent, 20. And then we got to solve for X. Okay, now this is really, really hard. Got to bear with me here. X divided by 20. How do we get rid of the divided by 20? Yes, we multiply by 20. So times 20. And since we go times 20 on that side, we got to go times 20 on this side. Now, folks, please understand something. This is just a number. And normally we would have to look up that number in a whole bunch of like these little books and tables and stuff like that. And in this case, all we do is put into our calculator. Yes, we got to make sure that we're on the right settings. It's going to be on the degree setting, DEG. But we just put that into our calculator, and it gives us an answer. That's it. So I'm going to type in my calculator. Now, there's two different kinds of calculators. There's backwards ones and there's forward ones. We'll kind of talk about it in class as far as that's concerned. But all we got to do is put this into the calculator, and boom, magic, we're going to find out the height of the tree. And if I had to guess, I would say that the height of this tree is probably somewhere in the 27, 28 foot range. I don't know because I didn't put this in my calculator. So when we get into class, or if you're at home, you can try to put this into a calculator. You type in 20 times tangent 60. Or if you got a backwards calculator, you're probably going to end up typing in something like 60, then hitting the tangent button, and then go times 20. So that's kind of the backwards way. But either way, you'd be able to find out exactly how tall this tree is. Okay, so this is your introduction to the tangent ratio. Again, you got to remember, tangent is just a fraction. Opposite over adjacent. That's it. All right, see you in class.